Stop what you are doing and listen. Truly listen. You are tired in a way that sleep does not fix. That is the most important sentence you will hear today. Most men will spend their entire lives never understanding what it actually means. You carry a heavy weight. It sits on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through the morning. You put on a brave face for the world. You work hard and do everything society told you to do. But inside, you feel like you are driving with the emergency brake pulled tight. You are doing all the right things, but the breakthrough never arrives. It is exhausting. Look around you. The world is full of men who beg for a lucky break. They drift through their days, waiting for an external force to save them. You are not one of them. You have a vision burning in your chest. You know you were meant for more. But the chaos of daily life keeps dragging you back down. You feel stuck in a loop. You read the books and you set the goals. You put in the hours while the rest of the world sleeps. And yet you find yourself in the exact same place year after year. This is the specific kind of stuck that you know all too well. Society looks at your situation and tells you that you just need to grind harder. They say you are not disciplined enough. They claim you lack motivation, or that you just have not found the right opportunity yet. I am here to tell you that they are completely wrong. You do not have a motivation problem. You do not lack discipline. You have a programming problem. Deep within the architecture of your subconscious mind, there is an outdated script running on an endless loop. This invisible script is quietly sabotaging every conscious step you take toward wealth and peace. Until you rewrite that script, every empire you try to build will collapse under the weight of your unseen fears. You are fighting an invisible enemy, and you cannot defeat an enemy you do not even know exists. The drifter goes through life thinking he is a victim of circumstance. He blames the economy, or his boss, or his childhood. But the Creator understands that the outside world is simply a mirror reflecting his internal programming. You must understand the terrifying truth about your own mind. Your brain does not shut off when you close your eyes. Your subconscious is a tireless contractor. The emotions and thoughts you harbor throughout the day are the blueprints you hand to it. If you walk through your day in fear or frustration, your mind spends the night building a reality of scarcity. You are literally programming your own failure while you rest. You are allowing the noise of the world to dictate your internal frequency. This is why you wake up exhausted. The exhaustion comes from the constant war inside your head. It is a war between your conscious desires and your subconscious programming. You consciously want wealth and freedom and power, but your subconscious is wired for survival and fear and limitation. It is like trying to sail a ship forward while the anchor is still dropped deep into the ocean floor. No amount of wind will move you forward until you cut that chain. Most men will never cut the chain. They will spend their decades blaming the wind. But you are a sovereign commander. You must take control of the ship. You are not broken. You have simply been operating without the correct manual. From the moment you were born, society has conditioned you to be a consumer. They taught you to react to your environment. They want you distracted and anxious and overwhelmed. A distracted man is a weak man, and a weak man is easily controlled. But you are waking up. You feel the friction because your soul is rejecting the programming of the masses. The discomfort you feel right now is not a sign of failure. It is the painful process of evolution. Let me make this plain. There are two kinds of men in this world. There is the drifter who lets society dictate his fate, and there is the creator who forces reality to bend to his will. You clicked on this video because you belong to the latter. You have felt the call to greatness, but you do not yet know how to structure it. You have the raw power, but you lack the mechanism. Power without direction is just chaos. We must eliminate the chaos today. The titans of industry and the great men of history knew a secret that the masses refused to believe. They knew that wealth and success are not chased, they are magnetized. Success is the natural byproduct of a mind operating on a specific and disciplined frequency. Every single thought is either pushing you forward or pulling you back. There is no neutral territory in the mind. You are either building your empire or you are digging your own grave. The drifter allows his thoughts to wander aimlessly. The sovereign commander interrogates every thought at the gate of his mind. This is not about positive thinking. Positive thinking is for the weak. This is about absolute mental dominion. It is about understanding that your mind is the ultimate generator of your reality. And to control that generator, you must adopt the daily rituals of the 1%. You must install a new operating system. I am going to give you the exact framework to rewrite your subconscious mind. These are not tips or tricks. They are universal laws. Today we will tear down the habits of the average man. We will replace them with 15 unbreakable laws of the Creator. These 15 habits are the exact protocols used by the men who shaped our world. If you ignore them, you will remain exactly where you are. You will continue to drift. But if you master them, you become an unstoppable force. You will command your reality with the precision of a master builder. The choice is yours. Commitment is the first requirement. You cannot approach this with a casual mindset. Casual effort yields casual results. You must decide right here and right now that the old version of you is dead. By the end of this lesson, you will understand exactly why your hard work has not paid off. You will see the hidden mechanism running in your brain right now that is blocking your wealth. You will be equipped with 15 daily actions that will reprogram your subconscious mind. This will not be comfortable. Growth is never comfortable, but it is absolutely necessary. You are about to step into your power. Prepare your mind. We are going to build a new foundation, a foundation built on discipline and unwavering focus. Listen closely and do not let your attention wander. The first step to reclaiming your mind begins now. You think you are losing your mind because you no longer relate to your old friends. You feel isolated and disconnected from the people around you. They look at your ambition and call you crazy. But here is the profound truth that the masses will never understand. You are not losing your mind because you are actually just losing your outdated programming and shedding the weak skin of the drifter. The isolation you feel right now is not a punishment. It is a necessary clearing of the ground so you can build something massive. The universe works by absolute law, and it never works by a clock. Every single thought you hold is a powerful seed, and your physical reality is the eventual harvest you will inevitably reap. You cannot plant seeds of doubt and expect wealth. The drifter consumes and reacts, but the Creator initiates and decides. Your mind is a fertile garden that will grow absolutely whatever you plant in it. It does not care if the seed is a deadly poison or a beautiful flower. It will grow both of them with the exact same equal force. The architect of destiny understands this terrifying power, so he does not leave his mental garden to chance and instead builds a massive steel wall around it. This brings us to the first daily law. Habit number 1 is the practice of cosmic housekeeping. You must practice the law of absolute elimination in every area of your life. The average drifter wakes up and immediately floods his fragile brain with the toxic daily news, consuming tragedy and meaningless gossip before his feet even touch the floor. You must stop this immediately. The sovereign commander guards his attention like it is sacred gold. You must ruthlessly cut out every single source of negative energy. You have to mute the complainers and delete the endless digital distractions. If a conversation does not elevate your mind, then you must turn around and walk away. This sounds incredibly harsh to the weak, but you cannot build a lasting empire while you are constantly letting parasites feed on your daily energy and drain your mental focus. Protect your frequency at all costs. Habit number 2 is the establishment of a definite chief aim. Most men wander through their entire lives with vague and formless desires, simply wanting more money or desiring a better job without any real plan. Vague desires will always produce vague and incredibly disappointing results. The Creator demands absolute clarity. You must write down one singular and massive goal that is so specific it actually terrifies you. You do not need 10 different goals to be successful. You need one obsession that organizes your entire existence and dictates your daily actions. Write it on a physical piece of paper today. Read it aloud every single morning and every single night so that the vibration of your own voice can completely rewire your mind. The universe ignores quiet requests. It only responds to a bold command. State your purpose clearly and force the physical world to listen. Habit number 3 is the daily practice of cold calmness. When a sudden crisis hits, the drifter panics and instantly plays the victim. He looks at the sky and asks why bad things always happen to him. The builder approaches chaos with a completely different mindset, viewing every single failure as mere data instead of a personal defeat. Emotion clouds your judgment, and fear paralyzes your ability to take action. When you lose money or face a massive setback, you must remain absolutely still. You detach from the emotional outcome and you observe the situation to find the hidden lesson. The storm will easily destroy the drifter, but that exact same storm will only serve to power the massive sails of the 1% who have trained their minds. Practice the rare art of remaining unmoved when the world is burning around you. Habit number 4 is becoming the relentless mental gatekeeper. Thousands of random thoughts will attempt to enter your mind today. Most of them are subtle lies designed to keep you small and afraid. You must ruthlessly interrogate every single thought that crosses your mental threshold, demanding hard evidence before you accept it as truth. Do not accept fear as a proven fact. You are the ultimate authority and the sovereign ruler in your own mind. If a thought does not serve your definite chief aim, you must evict it immediately. Replace it instantly with a thought of absolute and unshakable certainty. This is a relentless mental war that you must fight every single hour of every single day if you want to win. The drifter leaves the front door open and lets the enemy walk right in. The gatekeeper demands a password and eliminates any threat. Habit number 5 is the powerful protocol of acting as if. Society tells you to wait until you are wealthy before you start acting like a king, but this is a massive illusion that is specifically designed to keep the masses poor and compliant. Wealth is not chased because it is magnetized. You do not get what you want in this life because you only get exactly what you are. You must assume the posture of a king right now in this very moment. Even if your bank account is empty, you must walk with absolute authority and speak with unshakable confidence. Make critical decisions from the perspective of the powerful man you are currently becoming rather than the struggling man you used to be. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a real physical event and an imagined one. Feed it the overwhelming feeling of victory, and it will build victory. Feed it the feeling of wealth, and it will attract wealth. You now understand the true mechanism of your current isolation. The intense loneliness you feel is simply the necessary space being cleared, so you can finally build your new empire. You are not losing your mind because you are finally taking control of it. The drifter will constantly complain about the pain of loneliness. The master will use the deep silence to quietly build his future. Which one are you? These 5 habits form the unbreakable foundation of your mental architecture, but building the wall is only the very first step in this incredible journey of transformation. Now you must learn exactly how to power the city inside your mind. We must look at how the greatest minds in history multiplied their power. Let us examine the exact neurological mechanism that makes this transformation possible, because understanding the science will completely eliminate any lingering doubts you might have. The scientific evidence is undeniable, and the results are absolute. Let us uncover the Titan's secret. How did a man with no education and no money build the largest steel empire in history? It was not luck, and it certainly was not just hard work. Andrew Carnegie started with absolutely nothing but a relentless vision. He knew a specific mental protocol that you can replicate tonight. Let us look to the example of this great titan to understand the next phase of your evolution. Carnegie realized early on that a single mind is severely limited. He understood that when 2 or more minds coordinate in perfect harmony, they create a third invisible force. This brings us to habit number 6, which is the formation of a mastermind. You cannot build a massive empire while surrounded by small minds. The drifter associates with anyone who is convenient. The creator curates his circle. Modern neuroscience confirms exactly what Carnegie knew a century ago. Your brain contains mirror neurons that literally wire your subconscious to mimic the people around you. If you spend time with weak men, your brain physically changes to match their weakness. You must ruthlessly audit your inner circle today. Find men who demand greatness and refuse to settle for the completely average life. Now consider Thomas Edison and his thousands of recorded failures. The masses laugh at failure and use it as an excuse to quit. Edison viewed every single failure as a necessary stepping stone toward the inevitable light. He utilized a powerful biological mechanism that you possess right now. This leads us to habit number 7, which is the deliberate programming of your mental filter. Your reticular activating system is a bundle of nerves at the base of your brain. It acts as a strict filter for the millions of pieces of data fighting for your attention. If you constantly think about your debts, your brain will only show you more lack. But if you relentlessly focus on your definite chief aim, your brain will automatically scan the environment for the exact resources you need. You must command this biological filter every single day. You do this through the power of deliberate repetition. Write your massive goal down and read it until it becomes a permanent part of your mental architecture. Do not just read the empty words. You must feel the absolute certainty of the outcome in your physical body. The subconscious mind only responds to thoughts mixed with intense emotion. This brings us to the most misunderstood law of all. Let us examine Nikola Tesla and his terrifying ability to sustain absolute focus for days at a time. Tesla did not waste his vital energy on cheap thrills or meaningless distractions. He gathered every ounce of his biological power and directed it toward a single massive vision. Habit number 8 is the deliberate transmutation of your raw energy. Society wants you to waste your energy on endless dopamine loops. They build digital traps to harvest your focus and keep you weak. You must take that raw and aggressive energy and force it into your work. When you feel frustration or anger, do not suppress it. Use it as a powerful fuel to build your empire. The builder takes the fire that destroys the drifter and uses it to forge solid steel. Listen to me carefully. You cannot execute these laws without making firm choices. Look at Henry Ford when he decided to build the famous V8 engine. All of his engineers told him that casting an 8-cylinder engine in one block was scientifically impossible. Ford did not care about their limitations. He simply ordered them to produce it anyway, and he completely refused to accept excuses. Habit number 9 is the practice of ruthless decisiveness. The drifter takes months to make a simple choice and changes his mind the moment he faces opposition. The creator makes decisions quickly and changes them incredibly slowly. Drifting is the ultimate enemy of wealth. A wrong decision executed with absolute power is always better than no decision at all. You must kill your endless hesitation today. A sovereign commander trusts his own judgment above the noise of the crowd. Make a choice and force the universe to align with your new direction. Now, we must address the frequency of your daily operations. Habit number 10 is the establishment of heart and brain coherence. This is not some weak philosophical concept. It is a measurable biological state that dictates what you attract. When you operate in a state of fear, your heart rhythm becomes jagged and your brain waves fall into complete chaos. In this chaotic state, you literally repel the opportunities you are trying to attract. But when you anchor yourself in the frequency of having it already, your heart and brain synchronize perfectly. You become a living magnet for the exact circumstances required to build your massive vision. Practice this coherence every single day. Close your eyes and vividly picture the empire you are building. Feel the heavy weight of the gold in your hands and hear the specific sounds of your victory. Do this until your body physically believes that the future event has already happened. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a highly detailed physical reality and a powerfully imagined one. You now know the biological mechanism. The titans of industry use these exact protocols to bend the world to their will. Andrew Carnegie did not leave his legacy to chance. He engineered it through the strict alignment of his associations and the relentless focus of his mind. The drifter will hear this historical truth and do absolutely nothing, returning to his invisible prison of doubt and fear. The master will use this knowledge tonight. He will direct his reticular activating system and ruthlessly protect his vital energy. Which one are you? Protecting your energy is only step one in this process. Now you must learn exactly how to apply these laws in the dark hours. And that brings us to the sacred daily rituals that will completely lock in your new reality. Now we must make this incredibly practical. The theories and the science are completely useless without your relentless daily execution. You must build these physical habits in your own life to see any real change. We begin with the most crucial time of your entire day. Your subconscious mind is incredibly vulnerable right before you fall asleep. This is where the real deep work happens. Habit number 11 is the sacred night ritual. You must shut off all digital screens exactly 1 hour before you go to sleep. The average drifter falls asleep while scrolling through endless toxic news on his phone. He willingly lets the chaotic world program his deep mind with massive fear and anxiety. But you are a sovereign commander. You must take absolute control of this vital transition. Spend the last 15 minutes awake in complete and total silence. Close your eyes right now and practice this mental state with me. Vividly visualize your definite chief aim in your mind. Feel the heavy physical weight of the gold in your own hands. Feel the absolute certainty of your massive success rushing through your veins. Do this ritual every single night without fail. Your subconscious will use these powerful images as blueprints while you sleep. Habit number 12 is the aggressive morning command. When you wake up, you do not touch your phone at all. You do not check your messages or look at the daily news. You sit up immediately and you grab your physical journal. You write your definite purpose down exactly 15 times to lock it in your brain. Do not just write the words blindly like a broken robot. Write them with absolute and aggressive intention. Say this aloud right now, wherever you are. Say it with extreme power. I am the master of my fate, and I command my reality. Let the deep vibration of those words completely rewire your brain. You must speak your future into existence every single morning. The universe only obeys the man who gives it strict orders. Habit number 13 is the relentless practice of absolute action. The drifter waits for the perfect moment to start working on his dreams. He claims he is planning or researching, but he is really just hiding from the hard work. You must act fiercely during the invisible season of your life to build true momentum. The invisible season is when nobody is watching you and nobody is clapping for you. You must put in the brutal hours in the dark. Build your massive empire when you feel completely exhausted and unmotivated. Motivation is a cheap emotion that will always betray you when things get difficult. But discipline is an unbreakable steel wall that protects your entire vision. You execute the daily plan because you made a sacred vow to yourself. You absolutely do not negotiate with your own weakness. Habit number 14 is the practice of radical accountability. You must stop complaining about your current physical circumstances right this very second. Complaining is the pathetic language of the helpless victim, and you are no longer a victim. The Creator takes absolute ownership of every single failure in his life. If your business is failing, then it is entirely your fault. If your body is weak, it is your fault. Accept the massive weight of this total responsibility today. It feels incredibly heavy at first, but it is actually true freedom. Because if you created the massive mess, you have the power to clean it up. The power to destroy is the exact same as the power to build. Command your mind to start building today. Habit number 15 is the strict law of absolute elimination. You must ruthlessly cut out every single distraction in your current environment. Look at your daily habits and ask yourself a brutally honest question. Is this specific action bringing me closer to my empire? If the answer is no, you must kill that habit immediately. There is absolutely no room for compromise in this mental war. You cannot keep your toxic friends and expect to build a new and powerful life. You cannot consume mental trash and expect to produce pure genius. The architect of destiny clears the land before he builds the massive castle. You must clear your land right now. Do not just listen to these words and passively nod your head. You must write them down and burn them permanently into your memory. The masses watch videos like this and change absolutely nothing about their lives. They return to their comfortable misery the very next day. You will not do that because you are built entirely different and you demand greatness. You are going to enforce these daily rituals tonight. You are going to shut down the noise and face your own powerful mind. It will be terrifying at first, because the deep silence is very loud. The old version of you will fight aggressively to survive. But you must let that weak version of yourself die completely so the new master can finally take the absolute throne. The drifter ignores this clear protocol and continues to struggle in the dark. The master equips himself with these daily habits to secure his eternal kingdom. Which one are you? You now have the exact blueprint for your daily execution, but having the massive blueprint is completely useless if you lack the immense courage to actually build the structure. We are now reaching the final threshold of your mental transformation. Everything you have learned today requires one final and massive commitment from you. You cannot step into this new reality while holding on to your old fears. You must make a bold decision that will echo through eternity. Hesitation is the absolute death of destiny. Prepare your mind for the ultimate vow. The time for drifting is officially over. You have heard the law, and you now know that every single excuse you have ever made was nothing but a shadow. The world is waiting not for a perfect version of you, but for a disciplined thinker. It is waiting for a conscious creator who walks in total power. That powerful man is currently locked inside of you, and it is time to forcefully wake him up right now. You are one decision away from massive momentum. You are one single belief away from absolute clarity. You are one mental shift away from a completely new and powerful life. But that magical shift will never happen unless you force it. So, I challenge you today. No, I demand that you make a decision right now in this exact moment. Look at the life you have lived so far, and look at the pain and the constant exhaustion. How much longer will you tolerate this completely average existence? You must look in the mirror today. You must look your old self in the eye and say no more. No more playing the helpless victim to external circumstances. No more letting invisible fear write the pathetic script of your life. No more waiting for someone else to hand you the keys to your own kingdom, because that old and weak chapter is permanently over. A massive new chapter begins with a brand new decision. You must kill the drifter. You must ruthlessly execute the weak version of yourself today. The drifter will hear this entire lesson and do absolutely nothing, returning to his invisible prison of doubt tomorrow morning. The Creator will equip himself with these 15 laws to secure his massive empire. He will completely refuse to accept a life of quiet desperation. You have spent years begging the universe for a sign, waiting patiently for an opportunity to fall from the sky into your lap. But the universe absolutely does not respond to beggars. It only responds to powerful commanders who demand their rightful share of wealth. You must stop asking for permission to be great, because you already have it. The gatekeeper of your mind must be completely ruthless. Every time a thought of lack tries to enter, you must crush it instantly. You must say aloud that you are the master of your fate, saying it until your physical body vibrates with the undeniable truth of it. You are the sole cause of your reality, and you are never just the weak effect. These 15 laws are your new armor and your new sword. Wear them proudly every single day as you walk through the chaos of the modern world. When the masses panic, you will remain absolutely cold and calm, and when they complain, you will quietly build your wealth. You operate on a completely different frequency than the rest of the world. Do not leave your subconscious mind to chance ever again. You cannot outwill a misprogrammed mind, so you must constantly recode it with extreme discipline. There is absolutely no neutral thought in this universe. Every single thought is either pushing you forward or pulling you back, moving you toward freedom or reinforcing your bondage. The man who realizes this terrifying truth begins to treat his thoughts as powerful weapons, treating them as sacred tools rather than cheap toys. Tonight, as you close your eyes, you must make a final choice. Will you return to the endless chaos of the masses? Or will you step boldly into the quiet power of the exclusive 1%? You did not click this video by accident today. You came here as a man exhausted by the drift and completely tired of playing the victim. But today you have remembered exactly who you are. You are the ultimate gatekeeper of your own thoughts. From this night forward, you will act independently of motivation, because you are an unstoppable force. The invisible season of your life is officially over. You are stepping into the light of your own massive creation, but you must cross this final threshold alone. Your friends cannot make this crucial decision for you. Your family cannot save you from your own mind. You stand entirely alone before the vast universe right now in this exact second. If you are ready to command your destiny, you must seal your decision right now. This knowledge is incredibly heavy and it demands immediate action. It will not serve you if you hear it only once and let it fade away into the meaningless noise of tomorrow. The subconscious requires massive repetition to build a new world. Therefore, I command you to listen to this exact lesson again and again. Play it as you sleep and play it as you work, making these 15 principles the only voice you tolerate inside your head. You must drown out the weak voices of the masses with this undeniable truth. Treat this new daily tradition as something profoundly sacred and powerful. So what will your ultimate legacy actually be? Will you be remembered as the man who allowed crippling doubt to completely define his entire life? Or will you be remembered as the sovereign commander who looked fear in the face and said, "Not today"? You must leave your 90-day commitment in the comments below right now to seal your massive vow. These will not be just empty words on a glowing screen. Let those words be the physical contract you sign with the universe tonight. Write your definite purpose down and state it with absolute power. Subscribe to this channel if this powerful tradition is yours, joining the elite ranks of those who completely refuse to drift through existence. Your new reality begins in this exact moment. You are the sole architect of your massive destiny. Stand up and finally claim your rightful throne. You are a magnetic force, and the world has absolutely no choice but to bend to your disciplined mind. Never again let a negative thought decide your future. Step forward and command your empire.